Howdy doody. My name is Sith Holocron. I'm the resident deck builder at an EU Discord group called the Dongers of Runeterra, built because we absolutely love the Donger turrets from Heimerdinger. Do you know what? There's an awful lot of brand new decks being played, isn't there? But not everybody wants, really uber competitive tier 1 kind of decks. People just like playing games for fun, and I really like that. I like the fact that people play a game and try and make something a little bit bonkers and all that sort of stuff. And I was chatting to a friend of mine who also plays this, and he went, "My favourite thing I've ever had in this game is when they did that weird labs thing where everything just went bonkers, and you were building up your champion by like not killing things, and then killing things would bump up something else, and it was a bit of a, and I went, oh yeah, that was actually quite fun, because it got you out of ranked, and it was just a fun concept. Would you like a fun concept deck? Sort of based quite loosely on that labs. Okay, let's go. So, here's my deck. Now, I actually think I need to add one more card to this. But I don't think I can. And I really don't think I can. Okay. That was worth a little look just on the basis. So I have played this in a couple of games in normal and just roared laughing. It's as dumb as stumps. It really has. So I know for a fact that the Solari package, the Soldier, the Shield Bearer, the Priestess, and Leona are just super solid at giving you Daybreak and all that sort of stuff, which is really quite nice, which is why they're all in this deck. But this is like the old Braum deck, but it's so much better, added to which we've got a few new cards in here as well, so it kind of plays a little bit differently than being with Braum, and it's just fun, right? I mean, Braum was good as a 1/1/5. He was real good. He was everywhere. That kind of made me feel quite happy that the mustache was getting something. So I kind of went, okay, there was an awful lot of failure cards in that deck, and I want to make a different deck so it plays a little differently, but it's still giving you the fun value, and will probably still let you win when you pull off the combo, but you still need to pull the combo off to win. So here we go. Lonely Poro. When you're summoned, create another random 1-cost Poro in hand, because he said. He said and he lonely. He said and he lonely. But then you get another 1-cost Poro in hand, which is kind of great, because it can be any Poro from any region anywhere. So you can get the Plunder Poro from Bilgewater, you can get the Elusive Poro, you can get the Fearsome Poro, you can get all that sort of stuff. But this is a brand new Poro. This is the Targon Poro. Look at him. And he has Spell Shield. So he gets his own little bubble. And he costs 1. And it's just class. It's just, that's cool looking. That is such a great card. Costs 1. So get it out there. Get it out there. So those are 6 1-drops. We are actually running 9. And we're running the Solari Soldier, which has got Daybreak. And if you don't know what Daybreak is yet, find out pretty soon, because you're going to see a lot of Daybreak and a Nightfall decks. Pretty much every other game that you play, you're going to see Daybreak and Nightfall. Nightfall's when you play the card second. Daybreak is when you play the card first. You get the bonus on the card. You can put this guy down as a 3/3. Marvelous. Marvelous. One of the best 1-drops I've ever seen. He's too good not to put in here. And he's a new card. So there you go. Remember, Leona only needs to daybreak 4 times to level up, and then she is like every single thing happening afterwards is, you know, she's stunning everything. It's fantastic. If we're playing the Poros, we gotta have the Poro herder, right? Because you draw a Poro if you have a Poro ally. So these kind of set you up for putting out the Poro herder if you've got one, because then you'll draw another one. And that's really handy. And that's pretty much the core of what the Brom deck with Poros did do. But now we've got something like this. So not only does this one go to 3-3 and then revert back to 2-2, this one, yeah, he goes 3-6 and daybreak. That's kind of cool. So I'm giving you 2 options here. You can go down the daybreak, or you can go down the Poros. And that's pretty much how this deck kind of goes ahead. And in later turns, you start playing much more Poros because there are a ton of Poro things. It is mainly a Poro deck, but if you don't have any Poros in hand, which I would find almost unbelievable that you don't, you've got the Daybreak Leona backbone in there too. Brand new card. A card I've been wanting to put into a deck for a while, and this I'm running as a 2 of. This is a burst spell costing 2 mana called Troll Chant. You give an ally 2 health to take 2 power off another enemy. And this can be used in combat. So for instance, if your Mighty Poro was about to die to another Mighty Poro, and it's 3-3, you put this on, now we're 3-5, it's a 1-3, they're dead, we're alive, cost 2 mana, it's fantastic. I would probably use it on things you want to keep alive. So the Shield Bearer is a good one to put this on as well. Leona is a very good thing to put this on as well. And we also even have other little cards that are kind of good too. So there is our Mighty Poro. That's the thing that Brom used to give us. We are just running 3 of them. Look at that beautiful Overwhelm. A very standard 3 cost, 3 power, 3 health unit. Oh, he's great. He's just great. You have 3 of them. You know, use them. Try and use them on attack to try and get a little bit of Overwhelm and Nexus damage in. That sort of helps. But to help even more, again, now this card was from the Brom Poro deck, and this is Poro Snacks. So grant Poro allies everywhere +1/+1. That's really good. And burst, so cannot be influenced, removed, stopped. That just happens. Late game, that can be phenomenally good. And then we have Leona. So Leona, I'm just loving Leona. Building decks with and seeing what she can do. So if you activate Daybreak 4 times, and as we say, we have got the Soldier, the Shield Bearer, the Priestess, and her. If you could put these 4 out with no Poros, she has just leveled. And when she levels, anytime you play Daybreak or activate another Daybreak, it stuns the strongest enemy. That is her skill. Morning Light is her spell. And we are actually running 2 of these, which is the card after. So getting her leveled up is actually quite easy, which allows this to come out. But this is wonderful. You give all your allies +2/+2, and then you shuffle a Leona into your deck. Now, if you've got a few Poros and all that sort of stuff, they don't really have an awful lot of health. This can turn, like the Lonely Poro, into a 3-3 for the round. But if you play this as the first card, you get the Daybreak, which is you activate all ally Daybreak effects at once. Now, I have done this in only 1 game. It's highly situational. But that then becomes a 3-3. That then becomes a 3-6. That then becomes an Invoke to get a Celestial card that costs 4, 5, or 6. And I apologize, I went past the Priestess. She will bring up 3 cards costing 4, 5, and 6 for you to play in turns 4, 5, and 6 if you have a Leona. which you do. That is your only 4-drop. You have 2 5-drops and 2 6-drops. In other decks, I would suggest the 5 and the 6, depending on what you're playing against, depending on what you come up against. This Invoke will literally get you to pick a card. And you can play a 4 if you don't have Leona. If you pick one with a Daybreak keyword, you're lit. Because when you get Leona, she's already leveled. She's a brilliant card. Her stats are trash. In later turns, you're going to want her to probably get replaced by the Celestial card if you picked a unit and not a spell. But there are some very, very good spells. She's great. So then, well, let's keep on going. Obviously, we get Leona, and then we obviously have 2 more of these wonderful Morning Lights. And then we go to the daddy of Targon Daylight. This card is just so good. Like, it's wow. It's wow good. Daybreak, play it first. Create a random Daybreak card in hand. It's always day for us. He is just absolutely magnificent. Like, it's fantastic. So, for the next couple of rounds, you are literally leveling up Leona. You're always getting your keyword. He's a solid 5/5. There are quite a few 5/5s, like like the Trapper from Freljord, the Radiant Guardian. In fact, Demacia has a lot of 5/5 units, including the Moose. This guy can literally keep you alive and keep the Daybreak going. And then we go down to the last couple of cards. This again was in the Brom deck. It's Aurora Borealis. I really, really wish they'd called it Aurora Poro Realis. That would just be totally brilliant. That would be a much better name. Again, it's burst. They can't do anything about it. You get 2 more Poros and 2 more Poro snacks in hand, which are these wonderful things, giving you +1/+1. That's just fabulous. Fabulous. And then the combo. There's the combo. He good. This good. This is good card. When you play it, you combine all of our Poros into a fluff of Poros, and it gains all their stats and keywords, and it's brilliant. And I'm only running one of them because genuinely the Daybreak can win you the game anyway. This is like the second bit, and the Poros can actually do work. And yeah, it's a good deck. This ends it. You know, you end up with like a 36-27 Heart of the Fluffed, becoming the Fluffed of Poros, and it's just bonkers. Like look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It's like a whole load of sheep have been fired together and tied up with elastic bands and given silly little hats. Except it's not, because even when that goes, you get this back again. It regenerates. What the hell? I don't want too many of these. It's too expensive. The one is enough. If you get it, you play it. Make sure you got a whole ton of Poros out and then fire it out, and you've unbelievably won the game. And this card, I think, is fantastic. This is a really, really good spell. You deal 60 a unit. However, if this is the first card that you play, and we've got 2 of these, you silence it this round and then do 6 to it. The only units you'll not be able to do this with, unless you've already hit it with a spell that has bounced off the spell shield. You know, so you could do something. In all honesty, just kill a champion with it. Just kill a champion with it. It's great. That's why we're running 2 of. This deck has made me smile. I've had a couple of wins. I've had a couple of losses. But it's one of those decks that when you don't really want to like grind, or you're not really interested in being unranked, or you just don't want to do anything kind of cool and groovy, this deck's hilarious. It's just hilarious. The deck code will be in the pinned comments, as you can see me actually sharing it now. We'll even give you a free link to the Dongers of Runeterra Discord, where we talk about everything Runeterra, take the mickey out of each other, play leagues and tournaments and cups and cash prizes and everything else. We hope you enjoy it. Please like and subscribe. It makes a lot of difference just because we put out a lot of content here on YouTube, and we also have a Twitch streamer called I'm So Humble who spends many, many hours for your viewing pleasure. I'm Sith Holocron. Hope you enjoyed the video, and until we see you in the next one, Dongers out.